everyone, welcome to another edition of Sector 5. I'm your host, as always, Cody the Hangman Heinzman, and Wrestlemania has just ended, and I am here to give the Wrestlemania rundown. So, as always, I'm going to do this in the order that I talked about them in my predictions, and not in the order that they were broadcast / shown, whatever you want to call it. So, let's get started. Starting off with the match that I first talked about. For those who may not be maybe new here, I talk about matches, non-title matches, into title matches. So, first thing I had wrote down was Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles. That was the first match of the night whenever it actually went to WrestleMania. There were 3 matches during the pre-show, but this was the first match that happened when WrestleMania actually started at 7 Eastern time. Whatever time it started, your time. And the winner of that match was AJ Styles. Not really much more to talk about with that match. Next match that I had wrote down. John Cena and Nikki Bella tagging up to face Miz and Maurice. Winners of this match, John Cena and Nikki Bella, and Nikki Bella got proposed to. After the match, John Cena got down on one knee and proposed to Nikki Bella live at WrestleMania. Next up, I have wrote down Seth Rollins versus Triple H. This was a non-sanctioned match. Seth Rollins, injured knee and all, prevailed to beat Triple H, and also sent Stephanie McMahon through a table inadvertently. Not going to go too much into detail with that, but Stephanie McMahon went through a table. I'm sure you'll see that tomorrow on Monday Night Raw, or today, because it's 1 o'clock almost. Next match I have wrote down, Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. This was, of course, the last match of the night. Usually I'd say what match where these were, but honestly, just looking at these, I couldn't tell you. I know Seth Rollins versus Triple H, I think, was after John Cena and Nikki Bella, but we'll go back to that once I'm done talking here. But the last match of the night, not the last match we're talking about, because there's a bunch more matches we gotta talk about. Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. Undertaker's WrestleMania streak, not undefeated streak, but WrestleMania streak. What I mean by that is trying to build on the 23-1 that he has. Well, Roman Reigns prevails and beats The Undertaker. Undertaker is now officially 23-2 at WrestleMania. Lesnar and Reigns are the only 2 superstars that have beat The Undertaker. Now, interesting thing about this match, and a thing that's mostly on everyone's mind, most likely, is this officially it for The Undertaker? Because of what happened after the match. The match ended, Reigns went to the back, Undertaker did his signature, patented, might be a better word, sit up, because he was laying down on the ground, and he finally had the strength to be able to sit up. And then he got up, and the music played for a little while, and he looked like he was just going to walk out of the ring. And then he got back in, and he removed his gloves, put them down on the ring, got rid of his robe, folded it up, put it in the ring, took the hat off and put it on top, and then walked out. this looks like this will be last WrestleMania for Undertaker. Looks like. I kinda halfway am not sure about this. After WrestleMania, after the undefeated streak was defeated, once Brock Lesnar defeated the streak, it looked like that was going to be Taker's last Mania. And it really wasn't. And I have a small thought that this isn't Taker's last Mania. The only way that I think this is Taker's last Mania is if sometime between this today and next WrestleMania, Taker dies. I know it's morbid to put it that way, but it's kind of it. Because my mind and thinking is that when WrestleMania's coming back next year, whoever Taker would choose to face, I have a feeling that I could see like them walking out of, like getting ready to walk out of the ring. You hear Taker's gong, and in the middle of the ring, just the same way he put it at WrestleMania, as this year would be last year at that point, would be sitting in the middle of the ring the way he folded it, symbolizing Undertaker's going to face that person at WrestleMania. That is just a thought that I could see. Of course, it all comes down to basically tomorrow, I guess. If Undertaker officially walks out there and says, "Yep, I'm done. I'm hanging it up. I can't hang with the young guns anymore." So, we'll see. I say tomorrow. It's almost 1 o'clock here, because WrestleMania is always long. Which is why this video is going to be also long, because I'm going to be gushing over things. So, we'll see. We will see what happens with The Undertaker. Whether this is officially him hanging his hat. So, that is the end of, technically the end of all non-title matches. Because next one we have is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which is a title in some respects, I guess. So that is where I start with titles here. And the winner of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, with a little assistance from Gronk from the Patriots, Mojo Rawley. Mojo Rawley picks up the win. And is the fourth person to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Next up, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal was the second match that happened on the kickoff show. The next match was the first. We had Neville versus Austin Aries for the Cruiserweight Championship, and the winner of that match, and still your Cruiserweight Champion, Neville. Next up, oh boy, is this an interesting one. We had The Club versus Enzo and Cass versus Sheamus and Cesaro in a ladder match for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Did I say 3 competitors? I mean 4. Because originally it was a triple threat. But the New Day, your host of WrestleMania, walk out and say, "Hey, this match is now a fatal 4-way match." Now, of course, everyone's thinking, "Oh no, the New Day is joining in this." And of course, they do they don't do the who. Kofi's like, "Who could be the 4th team?" And takes off his hat. And the music for the Hardy Bros play. And out comes Matt and Jeff Hardy. They have officially returned to WWE and are now your new WWE Raw Tag Team Champions. Yes! The Hardys are back and they're your champions. So, that was interesting, to say the least. Next up, let's talk about the Raw Women's Tag Team Championship match. Fatal 4-way elimination match. We have Bayley versus Charlotte versus Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. First competitor eliminated, Nia Jax, exactly the way I thought it was going to happen. I said the only way they're getting rid of Nia Jax is if all three, Charlotte, Bayley, and Sasha Banks, lay on top of her for the pin. And that is exactly what happened. And I was so happy when I was like, yes, I called this. So that was fun. But after Nia Jax was eliminated, Sasha Banks gets eliminated, leaving it down to Bayley and Charlotte and the winner of this match, and still Raw's Women's Champion, Bayley. Next up, let's talk about the United States Championship match. We had Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens for the United States Championship. Winner of this match and the new United States Champion, Kevin Owens. Not really much to talk about in that match. Here's a match to talk about, though. We had the third match between Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. This time, it was for the Universal Championship. Winner of this match and the new Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar picks up the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. It was, I'd say, maybe a 3-minute match. Long enough to be satisfying. I said it in my predictions that I hoped this match was going to be a little bit longer, because if it was just a minute 26 match like all the other matches have been, it'd kind of be a little lackluster. And probably would anger a few people. Upset me a little bit. So, it was about 3-4 minute match. Goldberg asserting his thought. Well, Brock Lesnar had the upper hand, went after Goldberg first. Couple suplexes, and then out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere, because, like, he hit the suplex. So, he hit the suplex, and Lesnar's over here, and I thought Goldberg was, like, over here, but somehow Lesnar was here, Goldberg was here, and he just went boosh with the spear. It was fun. But the winner of the match and your new Universal Champion is Brock Lesnar. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Next up, which was the second to last match of the night, most likely because of Naomi, was the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Alexa Bliss defending her championship against Natalya, Carmella, Becky Lynch, Mickie James, and Naomi. Winner of this match and the new SmackDown Live Women's Champion, Naomi. And the reason I say is they probably had to wait for Naomi is they probably had to wait till the sun went down and everything went hotter. Yes. Some Kenny Chesney in there. Can you tell I'm tired? Next up was the third match that they had on the kickoff show, which aggravated me a tiny bit because I really wanted to actually watch this match. Now, you may be wondering, how is he being so detailed if he did not watch WrestleMania? I watched WrestleMania. It's just the kickoff show, which started at 5 o'clock Eastern. I was at work, so I had to have it playing in, like, the side, and I was listening to it, but I couldn't really watch it. I like Ambrose. It's no lie that I like Ambrose. Whenever I'm not wearing the WrestleMania fedora, and I know where it is, because I currently don't actually know where it is currently, I wear my Ambrose toboggan when I record these. So I wanted to watch this match, but they had to put it in the kickoff show. I couldn't watch. We had Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin for the Intercontinental Championship. Winner of this match and still your Intercontinental Champion, Dean Ambrose. And finally, last match we're going to talk about, which was the fourth to last match of the night, I think. Again, I will figure it out after I'm done talking about this one. It might take a few seconds. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Winner of this match and your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Randy Orton. And it was an interesting match. Not for the match itself. It was just that Bray Wyatt had the ring have like a green screen effect. So whenever he was doing his little back thing, the ring was showing like worms and maggots and horseflies. So that was fun. But the match ended up being Randy Orton's. So now I'm gonna try and think about if I can put this in simulated order of how they were broadcast. As I said, the kickoff show had Neville versus Austin Aries for the Cruiserweight Championship, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and Ambrose versus Baron Corbin for the Intercontinental Championship. Then it started off, when WrestleMania actually started at 7 Eastern, whatever time, your time. It started off with Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles. And then it went to... I believe next was Bayley versus the Raw Women's Championship. Then the United States Championship. Then Cena's match. Then the WWE Championship. No. Okay, yeah. Honestly, I can't remember the order that they went. I just remember the first 4 matches of the night. So I apologize for that. To give context on where my brain capacity is kind of right now is I watched the stream till 4 o'clock in the morning, went to church after getting the 3 hours of sleep, went to work 1:30 to 7, went to watch WrestleMania, and now I'm recording the video. So, semblance of actually how matches, like, the results, I remember perfectly. The order, not so much in my mind, really. I know we ended with Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. We started with Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles. And I know the 3 matches that happened during the kickoff. And then from there, it's jumbled where they could be. I know as well we had Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. And then after that was Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. And then it was the SmackDown Women's Championship match. So, in between Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different matches that I don't know the particular order of them. So, yeah. That was WrestleMania. It was good. I enjoyed it very much. WrestleMania really never fully disappoints. I think the most disappointing WrestleMania was 2 years ago when Seth Rollins cashed in Money in the Bank. That disappointed. That's still, I feel, if I ever did like a top 10 disappointing moments in WWE, that would be probably number 1 right there. number 2 would be New Day. But we're not gonna go too much into that. Anywho, I hope y'all enjoyed. Of course, that basically wraps up this season of the wrestling WWE. We're on next season, basically. Can't wait to see what happens. Of course, the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania is always a fun one. So keep your eyes on the telly for that. And as always, I'm Cody the Hangman Heinzman, and that's just how it is.